welcome back to the show. You're still watching JASIRI on News Central. It's International Couples Day today, so let's have a reality check on relationships. Everybody on the show together today. We'll set the stage with some numbers. According to the World Population Survey 2024, about 40% of marriages end in divorce globally. In sub-Saharan Africa, divorce rates are climbing, with some studies showing 1 in 3 first marriages breaking down within the first 5 years. UNICEF, and in Nigeria specifically, research suggests that 29.5 per 1,000 ever married individual have experienced marital dissolution, with women, especially younger women, disproportionately affected. On the flip side, therapy reports show 69 to about 71% of couples who seek counseling after a crisis usually improve their relationships. So, where do we really stand? Is marriage still worth it? Or are situationships the new normal? Joining us now to unpack all these and more is Adesua Isenere. I pronounce well? Ishenere. Okay, I would have expected H in the middle. She is a relationship counselor and a certified infidelity recovery coach. That's new. Helping individuals and couples heal, rebuild trust, and create thriving relationships. Adesua is also an author and the host of Heart Drops podcast, where she engages audiences with real, faith-centered conversations on love, dating, and marriage. Welcome, Adesua, to JASIRI.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, before we get into the numbers, because they are quite jarring, like, okay, it's so much. What does International Couples Day really mean in today's world? Because we're celebrating everything now. Girlfriend Day, Friends Day, Sisters Day, Brothers Day. Now it's International Couples Day. What does that mean for us?
I think, I believe it's just a day to pause and reflect on your relationship, especially, now couples, maybe for married people. Just reflect on your relationship, do like an assessment. How are we doing? Where are we making progress? So from the last arguments we had, are we making progress? Are we still fighting about the same things? And we can also use this opportunity to celebrate your love. It's not about just checking for faults. Also celebrate the things you love about your partner, about your spouse. So it's not just looking for faults.
Not be Valentine's.
Can you stop being in my mouth? What is Valentine's Day?
I did not come up with the holiday, but I just believe it's a day for couples to just assess their relationships and celebrate each other.
So it's a thing. It's a thing.
We need one JASIRI Girls Day.
Actually.
I think it makes sense, though. It makes sense. I wonder what the sense behind starting it in the first place is or was. And I think somewhere in my head I'm thinking beyond just Couples Day. I think there's also some level of family orientation attached to it in a sense, because in the general sense, right, couples you wouldn't think boyfriend and girlfriend. Couples, you would think husband and wife. You would think a family unit. And with the rate, I'm just saying, I'm thinking about why it started.
Why are you reacting?
I'm like thinking about why it could have started in the first place, right? Where there is a breakdown of family. There's a breakdown of the family unit and whatnot.
I thought it was breakdown of law and order.
No, not law and order. I'm just speculating that in my head, I think it makes some level of sense in my head where you celebrate your other person. I won't say your other half because it means that you are not complete. But when you celebrate the person who is supposed to be your I would say intimate partner or whatnot, or your other member within the family and all that. I know it doesn't make sense to you, but it makes sense to me.
we also have birthdays for that, right? Where
Yeah.
couples get to celebrate each other, you know, show of love, sharing gifts, even
Birthdays.
we're going far from this conversation. Okay, let's not go far, right? All right, so there are some statistics, right, that Lola actually brought up, and it's quite disheartening to see some of them. But before we go into, you know, divorce and all that, let's ask something fun, right? What do you think most couples fight about? What is the major thing?
Okay, so for some,
Is it money? Is it infidelity? Is it family? You know, not agreeing.
so is it
Password.
Okay.
Just
Okay, so all of those things,
yeah.
all of those things are like the fruits on the tree, but at the root of the tree, it's a desire for control or a call for intimacy. We fight about those two things because, for example, if I'm somebody who is very punctual and my partner is not, we will fight every time we have to go out because I want to control time. So that's one cause. And then the other one is where I said it's a call for intimacy. One person doesn't feel loved by the other person. Oh, I like flowers, but you're not buying me flowers. I like gifts, you're not buying me gifts.
Now that
So that is like the root of the... So I'm already angry at you because I don't feel loved. So when you press the toothpaste in the middle, and not from the under, I will spark.
problem.
Yeah, so it's not really about those things on the outside. It's not really about the phone. If I don't trust you, whether your phone is unlocked or locked, I will still fight with you. So that's it.
So basically, trust. And
Yes.
It goes down to communication then.
Yes, that's one of the things you have to really look out for in your relationship, in your marriage now, since we're talking about couples, from the dating stages, how you communicate and how you fight. Because if you already have a problem communicating with this person while you are dating them, don't expect a miracle once you walk down that altar. It will just escalate.
Yeah.
Now you have higher expectations because I married you. I left everybody else and I chose you. Why can't you treat me better? So all those things cause a drift or they cause tension in the relationship. So it's not really from those things we're talking about, those examples. It's more from the inside. Why don't I feel loved by you? And why don't I feel respected by you, basically?
I like it when therapists talk about this thing. They just put it in, you know, some very nice context and put headings to it. They're like, okay.
All right, so let me ask a quick question here.
Okay.
If you had to pick the top 3 flags, what would they be?
Red flags or green flags?
No, green flags.
Okay, green flags. Green flags,
To
okay.
show a couple, you know, is built to last. And then what are the... So I'm going to ask you one question that has 2 riders, A and B.
Okay.
So what are the top 3 green flags that you say, oh, wow, this couple is built to last? And what are the top 3 red flags that screams abort mission immediately?
Okay, so the green flags will also expose the red flags.
Yeah.
I think the first green flag for me would be shared values. We want the same things. We don't have to like the same things because I can like tea and you like coffee.
Yeah.
But when I say we want the same things for our relationship, we both want children. We both love family, like we both have family values.
Yeah.
We both, the things we have in common are more than the things we don't have in common.
Okay.
And that's very important. Shared faith, shared beliefs on money, in-laws. How do we handle all of those things? If I assume that maybe based on my own parents' marriage that anybody's welcome into our home, we are hospitable, and my husband doesn't agree, there will be issues. So one green flag is that you have the same, you have shared values. So on the other side of that, the red flag will be you don't have the same values.
Yeah.
The second thing will be communication. You mentioned that earlier, where I can openly tell you how I feel without the fear of being judged.
Yeah.
Or you now start saying, oh, your own is too much every time. No, I should be able to tell you how I feel because why am I with you? Why, if I can't talk to you about my innermost feelings, then how are you different from any random person on the street? I chose you, you chose me. So why can't we unburden to each other? The Bible says naked and unashamed. So why can we not be naked and unashamed together? So that's communication. And I think the third thing would be expectations. Let me say expectations. What do we expect in a marriage? Am I assuming that because you are the head, you foot all the bills? Or is the man assuming that because you are the woman, you stay at home and take care of the children? So the green flag here is we have the same or similar expectations. And these things can change. It's not anything we agree now. Until we die, we can't change it. No. As time goes on, which is why
together.
we are saying, couples day, for example, now we sit back and say, okay, what is working for us and what is not working for us? Let's make changes. So those 3 things. So if you have If you have it going well, it's a green flag. If you don't have it going well, it's a red flag. If you can't agree on basic things like how many children should we have, or how do we split money, money is very important. We have to agree on sex, on money, on children, and extended family.
Doesn't get boring after a while? I mean, it's like it becomes, I don't know, everybody's operating on this frequency.
No. But you love
tally a lot.
You love this person. You enjoy doing life with this person.
Okay.
So it's easier to make plans with them. If I enjoy your company, I really enjoy talking to you. It will not be hard. It won't feel like a job. It's just we are doing life together and we are making progress together. It shouldn't feel hard.
Sorry, we are enjoying the conversation, but we do need to go on a quick break. And when we come back, we are still talking to Adesua on International, or is it World Couples Day? Stay tuned. Welcome back to JASIRI. We are talking about couples goals, as today is World Couples Day. Adesua is with us. She is an infidelity coach, and she's also a therapist? Counselor, I beg your pardon. So just before the break, we're talking about green flags, red flags, and I guess that brings us into the question of conflict and conflict resolution, because somehow they all fit into that category of, okay, so when there's a conflict, how do we resolve it? How are we supposed to resolve it? I've heard of things like don't confront, carefront. I don't know if that's something you heard about. Carefrontation. So confrontation is you did this thing, you know, and this is how you always behave, and this is how this. But carefrontation is almost in a sense somehow taking responsibility for how you are affected by it. Okay. But also giving the other person the grace to respond without being attacked, without feeling that they've been attacked. Okay. So
that's
you did X, Y, Z.
I keep hearing terrible things like the way she's trying to construct her comment. I saw this couples therapy thing that will first say, I acknowledge your feelings. I know, but respectfully, I would like to say it made me
feel... That sounds too robotic.
But anyway, back to the question of how should couples be handling conflict?
Okay. Yeah. I like that you said when, not if, because all couples have conflict. Even in friendships, we have conflict. And conflict they arise from our differences. Even if you are twins, you will have differences. Even if you share the same DNA, like it's 100%, the same, you still have differences. So what do we do when we have differences? First of all, your partner is not the problem. The problem is the problem. Because what is causing that issue can be from their childhood, it can be from a past relationship, it can be from external factors like stress from work. Your in-laws are stressing them or something. So it's not really about your partner. So the focus is on how do we solve the problem, not who is at fault. If you already have if you have it in mind that, oh, you're at fault, you did this, you never, sorry, then it is attacking. That's what she was saying, like it's confrontation. That is when it is bad. Yeah. But confrontation can also be calm and peaceful. It doesn't always have to come with pointing fingers and naming names. It can be, I don't like how you spoke to me earlier. I don't like how it makes me feel a certain way when you do things like this. So it's not always war. It can be soft, it can be gentle. And I think the best way to even approach a conflict is when you are calm and level-headed. Because if you enter a conflict
hot-headed,
you will not. So what is the point of even addressing the conflict? It's for peaceful resolution, right? If that is the goal, if it is, I don't like what is happening, I want us to resolve it, there's a way you will approach your partner. But if it is I am right and you are wrong, there's also a way you will approach your partner.
How can you be soft?
Then you calm down. Like you don't have to address everything immediately. Wow. You can wait. Emotional regulation is very important.
How can you be soft?
Because you don't have to.
When you guys were talking about green flags, red flags, I saw myself, on the screen, and the fact that I'm wearing red makes me feel like a huge red flag.
No, baby, you're not a red flag.
All right, but there's this question, that I really want to ask. And I know I've asked a few older women, about it, and they keep telling me it is not possible. But I feel it can be possible. But I don't know. I would love to hear from you. Is it possible for a couple a married couple from beginning to end to actually live together without having conflict?
No, it is not. It is not possible. So the conflict does not have to be, I think when you think of conflict, don't think of fist fighting. Don't think of hitting heads. Don't think of throwing things. Just think of we are arguing. We are having a disagreement. I want it this way. You want it this way. That is already a conflict. Don't think of the big things that, hands are being thrown and things like that. Everyone will have conflict. It's just normal because we don't see the same thing the same way every time. Sure. Some people are even colorblind. They would see you and say you're wearing maybe pink or burgundy. So it just means we are seeing things differently, and that is not a bad thing. But we cannot continue to have the same conflicts every time. That is a problem.
All right, Adesua, because now I know love is different things to different people these days, and how couples choose to deal with their issues are so diverse and different. But this era that we're living, that we need, that it seems that to validate your relationship, you need it to be public. Yes, and the era of social media are loving, because I won't lie to you, now we have Christian couples content, so it's not just unbelievers content or people that are self-love, that are showing love. You will see Christian brother and sister wake up in the morning, pray together, do all those fun things, but everybody is giving us a standard of what relationships should be online. So what is the biggest difference? Because because of what we do, I'm able to see a distinction between online romance and real life living.
Yes.
So how are we supposed to be able to separate this? Because I'm a lover of flowers, and everybody that I've been with don't seem to understand it. Like, are you the first thing they say is, are you a foreigner? Which one? Have you seen an African woman that roses is a thing for?
Yes.
Or you mean that I should bring you vegetable like ugu or something? But on social media, everybody is being handed roses on a regular basis. How do we make a distinction of what is real and what is curated?
Okay, so I would advise everyone, you can't look at social media and say, I want that.
No.
But Dr.
Because
everybody say no.
No.
If I watch Vicky James every day, I'm beginning to think like,
it works for Vicky James. She likes it. She's experiencing it. Some people genuinely don't like flowers.
I don't mean flowers. I like a lot of other grand romantic gestures.
Yes. For somebody else, waking me up when I have a meeting or a deadline is romantic. For somebody else, it's flowers. For somebody else, it's flying out, on a vacation with me, or just sending me on a solo vacation. So it means different things to different people, which is why I said you can't look at social media and say, I want that, because some people is just covetousness. They don't actually like it. They like the way it appears.
I can't lie to you. Some of the things you see on this social media is how we want to be loved. Like I want flowers in the morning, I fly to Paris in the afternoon, and I'm going for shopping.
You know what's happening on social media? What's happening on social media is a replica of what the Meals and Boons used to do.
I was about to say that.
All things wonderful and beautiful.
So those not affect us as people who understand what Mama is saying. Real life and that.
You don't have to watch those things all the time.
Wow.
Yes.
You don't have to watch them. You can watch other things.
Lola, please, can you ignore the
Watch other things. How she cooks. Maybe unfollow some of them.
Hair in place, not sweating in the kitchen that has AC.
Maybe don't watch it. Maybe don't watch anymore.
I love that comment you said, unfollow some of them.
Yeah, because if it is going to affect your own, subconsciously we like to compare as humans. What I have versus what you have. Oh, is your hair nicer? Is your dress nicer? But at the end of the day, it's just perspective.
But isn't it healthy in the sense that it gives you something to aspire to, or something to enrich yourself?
But does it work for your own relationship? It depends.
Does it work for your relationship?
It may work for you, and it may not work for you.
Imagine a Davido, doing
even like
a
flowers?
push gift. No, I'm just saying, I'm going somewhere.
Like me?
Yeah.
Imagine a Davido doing a push gift, and then this, and I'm not being derogatory in any way, but then this mechanic wife is also expecting a push gift to the value of from her husband.
Who does not have as much money?
That's what I'm saying. Like, no, it doesn't make sense when you want to compare. You can't. There are no parallel lines between what's happening on social media, because it may not necessarily integrate, or it may not even. I mean, it may not work.
Maybe she's not expecting that level of gifting.
Because social media has made it way okay for people to do push gifts.
It's a tray of small chops.
Yeah.
She's expecting.
And then she tell her husband that baby don't brought caviar, but you can still bring pop-off.
Do you get it? It's just the idea of getting a push gift.
But is that too much to ask? Building the expectation. That's what I'm saying. Social media, a thing is, it is creating expectations that probably were not there before.
Okay.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
And so when you start to aspire to things that your partner doesn't have the capacity to do, forget money or resources, doesn't even think that way in the first place.
But the thing, I like where you're going. I'm just saying that sometimes, don't you think it's for education? You might not know what it is, but somebody showed you what it could be.
Okay.
It's just like when I first started coming to VI when I was a child. I never saw high-rise buildings before then. So I didn't have a mental picture of what that was. So until I went to VI and I saw skyscrapers, I now began to adjust my expectation to fit into that. When I now went to Dubai, I saw the Burj Khalifa. I'm like, this is another type. And I'm still looking forward to going to Singapore and seeing some that would readjust. So don't you think that for a mechanic, maybe a man that is, on that echelon can actually aspire and do things on their level, but replicating what was seen?
At the end of the day, do what works for your own relationship and to the means that you can afford. I cannot expect my husband at this moment to buy me whatever the video is buying for Chioma. But he shows me love and care in other ways. He supports me in other ways that I appreciate. I have my own personal standards of how I want to be loved. So yes, it's good to see those things and say, oh, she's getting a push gift. Nice for her. If I don't get a push gift, but my husband is showing me love in other ways, I appreciate that. At the end of the day, no comparison, no covetousness, because you would see beautiful things every day.
That's it.
But can you get everything you see? No. So just do the one that works for you and your partner. What can they do? How can they show you love? Again, communication. This is how I like this thing. How far? If you hear me run now, I will really appreciate one or two. And I can't at this moment. So I don't have as much, but I can do something similar for you. It's fine if you don't talk. You just have those. You start to have resentment towards your partner. It's not that men that are doing. It's not that women that are doing. But you didn't talk.
All right, so let me circle back to what you do, an infidelity recovery coach. Now that's a new one.
I was waiting for your question.
And so I'm curious, as a infidelity recovery coach, why is cheating such a deal breaker for a lot of people? A lot of couples, to be honest or to be specific. And there's a saying: once a cheat, always a cheat.
It's not true.
In your line of work.
Okay.
So 2 questions in one.
Okay.
So definitely, obviously, you don't agree with once a cheat, always a cheat.
Yes, I do.
So why is cheating such a deal breaker for couples?
You see, infidelity generally, it's when you cheat on your partner, there's infidelity, there's an affair or something. It breaks the person's trust. It shatters their sense of security. Because everybody in a marriage or relationship thinks, oh, we are good. And all of a sudden you realize we were never good. So it's like, has everything been a lie? When you said you loved me, did you really mean it? When you went out for that course and you traveled for 2 weeks and I didn't see you, what were you really doing? Did you really go to class or were you with your side piece? When you said you want to do the rest of your life with me, were you lying or have you changed your mind? Like, it just shatters your sense of security and identity. Like, so what is real and what is not real? So at this point, I'm like, everything I've built my identity and my hope around has shattered. So it's not about the sexual, because if you think about it, for most people, your partner has had sexual partners before they met you. So it's not about the sex. It's about the trust that was broken. It's about my security that is now shattered. Like, oh, so what is true? Can I even still trust you? Can I depend on you? All the other things you said to me, you promised me, can you even fulfill any of them if you have broken this one? Because sex should be, or that's the thing, there's more than one kind of infidelity in relationships. There are other types, we can talk about that later, but now that you have done this, what else can you do? So am I even safe with you? So that's what really breaks the person. Like, I don't know this person. Have you been lying to me all along? Yeah.
Well, we're actually having quite a very interesting conversation here, and there's so much to talk about. There's so many questions that we actually need to ask, but sadly, there's no time today. But we'll take a quick break now. When we come back, we will definitely continue this. Stay with us. Well, thank you for staying with us. We will soon be wrapping up the conversation and also JASIRI. But then, if you've joined us from the beginning, we've been talking about couples infidelity, how to resolve conflict, and we have a couples therapist here. See, an infidelity recovery. Exactly. Wow. And we've been asking her so many questions. But like I said earlier, there's so many questions that we would want answers to, but we do not have the time. Do you understand? And you're actually expanding our horizons. There's so many things. We're getting to learn so much in this sitting. So, but
I wanted to follow up based on, because in Nigeria, I like novel people like you, because this is the first time I've read therapists, I've seen coaches, but that I'm seeing somebody who is specifically an infidelity coach that helps couple, rekindle, heal, and rewalk the line. I know this of a lot of people. I would say that what is women are beginning to choose. I want to ask from a therapist point of view, or a counselor point of view, is it wrong for you to choose stability? Like, I would say some couple, I've talked to a couple of people that said they would rather have a cheating partner that provides for their family adequately than have somebody that is not cheating, but not a good provider. Because I would say, because a lot of people say, but it's been existing for a long time, where marriages are not chosen for love basis. They are chosen for maybe family security, like what happens in aristocrats' families. They give you to a man to solidify your family, maybe build an army for money, for dowry. Those considerations have been there before time. So most marriages are not based on love. Do I want to say that love is a modern concept that we're trying to force people to live by?
So there are like so many questions. So many questions in one. The first one. People are choosing. So
choosing to stay with partners who bring more to the table.
Like stability in their marriages. They
so financial stability
or love or loyalty.
Exclusivity. Okay. So yes, there are people who are choosing that, and there are also people who believe that they don't have to choose, and who are genuinely not choosing. They are enjoying both. They might be a minority, but they are. So there's that. Now, if somebody has chosen financial stability over exclusivity or over loyalty in their relationship, maybe it works for them. But you have to, let me say, protect yourself in other ways, because there are STDs. So there is the side piece who is violent and wants to take everything and not share anymore. There's that. There is exposing your kids to danger. There's all of those things. So if you really weigh it and you think the money is more important than your safety, okay. Now, about choosing love over money, there are still people, again, there are people who are choosing their comfort over, the emotional ties and the soul ties and everything. If it works for you, okay. But again,
is it possible that truly it works for some people?
Yes.
Because a lot of people might just think it's hypothetical. Are there people that it truly works
from your experience?
From your experience.
Capacity,
yes, there are people. So the thing is, when you think of enjoying both, sometimes we think of enjoying both at the same time all the time. So there are times when genuinely there is no financial stability. At that time, it can be a downtime. It can be a planting season, like I like to call it. I won't call it a bad time. I'll call it a planting season. So in your planting season, there is no financial stability. But this is the person that you choose. So you are enjoying the other benefits of the relationship until you can build again together and then begin to enjoy. So I'm not saying that you can't enjoy everything, but this is real life. You may not enjoy everything at the same time all the time. So, but genuinely, you don't have to choose. However, people do what works for them.
All right. So right now, there's something Buki said, and she said a lot of people don't even care They don't see cheating as anything anymore these days, right? Now, we're also seeing a rise in divorce rates globally. And, situationships becoming a new norm. Many people, especially young women, saying they do not want to get married anymore. Most of them being comfortable with just, having kids, and just being stable. That's their own idea of being
Independent
stable.
woman.
Yes, independent woman. As long as you have kids,
to check
your biological clock is not ticking. Why not just have a child? In fact, I've seen so many people advise young women that once they clock 35,
Freeze your eggs.
no, have a child.
Oh, okay.
Make sure you have a child, even if the husband doesn't come. So many people.
Many do not.
Even a popular Yoruba actress advised young women to actually do that. So, from your experience, why do you think that this shift is happening? People don't even care about marriage anymore.
Okay, so on the first part, for the married people, there are many reasons why people can choose divorce. There is disappointment and there is destruction.
Yeah.
So this is what I expected from my marriage, or from marriage generally. I expected to enjoy this and this and this, and I'm not enjoying it. Maybe because I had unrealistic expectations, or my partner is just not, doing what he's supposed to do or what she's supposed to do. So now I am tired of settling below what I need and what I want in a marriage, and so I am opting out. And then for the single people, it's many things. Some people are just reacting based on trauma. They're responding from trauma, rather. So they have seen maybe their parents' marriage didn't work, or they have seen experiences of other people online to say, if this person's marriage cannot work, and this person, and if you're being honest, there are more numbers of marriages that are not working. Yeah. And so some people say that, and then they say, maybe it's not for everybody, maybe it's not for me, let me just day my day and just stay like that. But it's not true. There are people who are enjoying their marriages. So for people who are not enjoying their marriages, it could be because they're not putting in adequate work. If I came into marriage expecting something that is unrealistic, of course I won't be happy. It doesn't mean marriage is bad. No, definitely. It is my mind that needs, So I need to adjust my expectations, not that marriage is bad. Some people are not putting in their best, if I've been very honest. Some people married for the wrong reasons. Some married because time is going.
Yes.
And the truth is, the time you spend in a wrong relationship is longer and is worse. You lose more than being single.
Yep.
That is just the truth.
I love it. We're going to put a pin on that, because at this one, we are happy to inform you that you will be sharing this table with us again. Because this conversation we've just built
not done.
And most times, when we have a first-time guest, we always have a sequel. There has to be.
Wow. Because there's so many angles.
There's so many.
Why are you so excited, Lolo?
Education is so important to me these days, because there's so many things that we don't even tell to anyone that we do not know. I didn't even know there was something called infidelity coach and the possibility of working towards it.
Becoming worse.
Yeah, such a rich conversation we've been having today. I want to say thank you so much, Adesua Ishenere.
Yes.
For joining us today and keeping it so real and sharing all these insights with us. And to all our viewers that are watching, whether we're in love or searching or just loving yourself, today is about celebrating with you all. So, happy International Couples Day! Remember that celebrating your loved ones shouldn't be only on special days. It should be every day. Love is beautiful, and it also needs work, and it needs intentional work. But we'll see you tomorrow for another beautiful conversation. So please, keep loving yourself the best way you can.
Okay, so now my question is,